Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. And if you saw my recent community post, I asked you guys which one of these three certain shows from Sonic the Hedgehog would you guys like me to do a review of. Now, I'm not going to review any episodes today. I'm just going to be reviewing the show as a whole. But I will probably review a few episodes here pretty soon. But the show Sonic Boom won by a landslide. None of the other, the two other shows that I picked, oddly enough, did not even come close to this one, which I'm honestly surprised that the Sonic X show or even the other one didn't win. I'm kind of surprised about that, especially Sonic X. But honestly, I'm glad this one won because I've been wanting to do a review of the show anyway, so that was actually great. So I'm actually really glad that you guys picked this one. Of course, I could still do a review of the others as well, and I might still do that in the future. But anyway, today we are going to focus on the show Sonic Boom. So, first off, let me share with you some information about the show, as in its premise and its setting, and then I'll get into the other things. Okay, so I am getting ready to read the premise of the show. Okay, so here is the premise of the show. It's really basic, really. Okay, this is a little bit more information up here. Okay, this is a little bit more information than the smaller premise that I'm about to give, but I'll share with you both of these premises that I found for the show. Okay, so the show Sonic Boom, of course, is a spin-off of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, featuring Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Styx, who is, if I'm not mistaken, she's an original character for this show. I think she's only in this show, if I'm not mistaken. I'm new to the Sonic franchise myself, so I'm not sure if she's in anything else. I don't think so, but yeah. Anyway, as they defend their island home from Dr. Eggman's schemes, the show has action, comedy, and a lighthearted tone and quirky tone as well. I'm also using my own wording here for this thing. Anyway, the show only lasted for 2 seasons and had 104 episodes, and it aired on Cartoon Network. Huh. So yeah, that's really, the basic premise for the show. Well, there's really not much I can say about the premise other than, well, yeah, it's basically about Sonic and his friends defending, their town, their little village that's on this island from the villain Dr. Eggman. So, yeah, that's basically it. But there are other villains in the show, if you can call them villains, but there are a couple, like, dangerous villains that do, pretty dangerous things than that, are a real threat. But Eggman's the main villain of the show. And I don't know why, but he kind of reminds me of Mayor Humdinger in a way. Maybe it's the mustache. And the fact that there are times where he's not, like, super dangerous. He reminds me of Mayor Humdinger in a way where he's dangerous. He has done some dangerous things. Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of Mayor Humdinger in the Paw Patrol movies, that is. How he's done dangerous things, but yet he's not, like, he has his good points, and there are times where he's not dangerous. Kind of like Mayor Humdinger, but thankfully he's not annoying like Mayor Humdinger, thankfully. At least that's one thing the show gets right. Whew, thankfully. But yeah, it could also be the mustache, to be honest with you. But seriously, yeah, he just kind of reminds me a little bit of Mayor Humdinger, but yet he's also very different from Mayor Humdinger. So yeah, that's the premise of the show. Sonic and his friends defend the village that they live in from Dr. Eggman and other villains, but mostly Eggman because he's the main villain of the show. And honestly, most of the other villains are not even really a threat. Like, they're just pathetic. Like, they're this world's version of the Amoeba Boys from the Powerpuff Girls. They're like that pathetic, but I'll get more into that in a little bit. Anyway, as for the setting, it takes place on this island. Now Eggman's hideout, he lives somewhere like out in the ocean, like on this other like rocky kind of island, while where Sonic and the others live is like this lush green island. Now there's also been other settings, which I think this is on the island as well and not like on a completely different island. I think it's all connected, or all in the same island. But anyway, there are some desert scenes and canyons. Actually, I think it's probably the same canyon. In different episodes, we just see different parts of it, but there is, again, a canyon, a desert location, and that's basically it. There could be more because I haven't seen all the episodes yet, so there could be more settings that I have not seen just yet. So, yeah, those are the only ones I can think of right now. But yeah, I do like the tropical feel to it, like, the fact that they're on an island. I feel like it's kind of tropical, and I'd imagine this would be a good thing to watch like during the summer, like a summer show, but really you can watch it whenever, honestly. But it just kind of feels summery. That's even a word. But yeah, it just feels like a nice summer show. And it's summer now, so yeah, this is a good time of year to be watching it. And you can actually find this a couple places, at least I have. There are full episodes of it, of the show on YouTube, and if you have Tubi, which is, another streaming app, this is actually a free app. So to watch stuff, you have to watch ads, but hey, honestly, we're paying for Disney Plus, and yet I still have to watch ads on Disney Plus, which I don't understand why they did that at all. It's like, Disney, could you possibly get any more money hungry? Like, could you possibly get any more? Anyway, yeah. But if you want to avoid the ads, or at least like getting interrupted with like 3 or 4 ads, you might want to watch it on YouTube, which is what I've done. So, yeah. Plus, I think that's what most people would use anyway. And I think they have all the episodes. According to what I read, there's 104 episodes, so I think they have all of them. Okay, now let me get into, I think this is going to be my favorite part, and that is the characters. Okay, now I will have timestamps so you guys can skip to different parts of this video if there's a part in the video that seems more interesting to you. Plus, I just want this to be a little bit more organized, so yeah. Okay, now, of course, the first character I'm going to mention is, of course, Sonic. Yeah, I definitely like how he seems to be more friendly in the movies, but in this, he definitely seems to be, more cocky and arrogant and full of himself. But, he still seems nice and all, but I don't know, he just seems nicer and more fun to be around in the movies. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah, he just seems to be a little bit more fun to be around in the movies. While Tails, he seems to be the same, still adorable, and Yeah, it's just so adorable. There's not much I can say about really any of the characters. They seem to be basically the same. Except for Knuckles. Like, Knuckles is really dumb. He honestly reminds me of Launchpad in the DuckTales reboot. I know I haven't talked about the DuckTales reboot just yet. I hope to eventually. If you guys want to see videos of DuckTales, please let me know, which I'll probably do a post eventually, asking that anyway. But I want to focus on Sonic right now. But yeah, Knuckles just seems so dumb. It's like, okay. He doesn't appear to be dumb in anything else. He wasn't dumb in the movies. He wasn't dumb in Sonic X. He just doesn't seem to be dumb in anything else that I've seen so far other than this. Like, he literally reminds me of Launchpad from DuckTales. Honestly, I think he's even dumber, if that's possible. Which, actually, yes, I think it is possible. He is dumber than Launchpad is in the DuckTales reboot. And Launchpad is actually Darkwing Duck's sidekick, by the way. Well, he actually originally worked for Scrooge McDuck, but yeah, that's a whole nother thing for another time. But yeah, Amy, she's pretty cool. I think it's interesting how she's sweet and yet she's a fireball all at the same time. Styx is interesting. She and Amy are the only, main girl characters of the show, so they seem to have, a best friend sister kind of bond. But Styx is crazy. I believe she's voiced by the same lady that voiced Cleo from Clifford the Big Red Dog and Priscilla Skunk in Sheriff Callie's Wild West. I'm pretty sure that is the same voice actress because that voice sounds way too familiar. I don't think anyone could probably ever mimic that. I don't even think AI could probably mimic her voice. She just does such a great job and has such a unique voice. So I am pretty sure that's the same lady. And again, as for Eggman, he's basically kind of a more likable version of Mayor Humdinger in a way that's not whiny. Like, he's not whiny, like a whiny baby like Mayor Humdinger. He's a good villain. But he does have his good side. There are times where he actually does help the characters. Like, oh my goodness, I love this episode. It took me a while to find some episodes I actually liked when I started watching this show. But I have found some episodes I liked. And one of them is an episode where Tails falls in love with this girl fox. And everyone's giving him all this horrible advice, and Eggman is the only one that actually gives him decent advice. And he even kind of helps Tails win her over. Not just with his advice, but what he does. Won't get too much into that right now, but yeah, I just think that was so sweet. That was a really good episode. Yeah. There's not really much else I can say about the other characters, and honestly, even the main characters, there's not much I can say about really any of them. But yeah, I guess they're all basically the same, except for Knuckles. He just seems like a complete dummy. I don't know why they had him be like that, when he doesn't seem to be that way in anything else. Like, I truly do not understand that at all. I don't know. But anyway, now, oh my goodness. As for any other characters, there's a lot of, oh my goodness. Let's just say all of them, like all the background characters are ridiculous. I don't like any of the background characters. They are absolutely ridiculous and, oh my goodness, like, oh my word. The background characters are terrible. I think the only one I could actually say I liked was the girl Tails fell in love with, which, from what I've seen, she only actually talks in that one episode, and the little dialogue she actually does have is just, it's not very much at all, and she doesn't really have a personality. At least not that we could see. We didn't have time to actually see her personality, because the show is very fast-paced. The writing, I'll admit, is not the greatest. And I kind of feel like, if people think the writing in the Powerpuff Girls reboot is bad, they should see this, because the writing in this is definitely not the greatest, and there are even times in the show where the quality of the writing is mentioned. Like, some of the characters will mention something about, like, the writing is bad, or just make some kind of comment about the writing or something like that, which just makes it even more weird when they're actually, like, aware of the quality. It's like, oh my goodness, it's pretty bad when the characters make a comment of how their story is going. Like, that's pretty bad. But the show isn't meant to be, like, serious. It's definitely meant to be more silly and goofy. I think that the show was supposed to be, like, for younger kids, but I think really anyone at any age could enjoy this. Plus, it's Sonic, so yeah, and he's still cool and all, so yeah, this definitely doesn't feel 100% little kiddish. I think it kind of reminds me of the Paw Patrol in a way, to where I feel like younger kids and even an older audience can enjoy it. But since they do, like, battle Eggman's robots, and there is some, like, violence there, but nothing really all that much. I think the most violence is in this one episode that Shadow the Hedgehog is in. Like, I think there's a couple scenes where he kind of does wail on Sonic a little, but nothing like not like in the movies. But yeah, I feel like this show's kind of like the Paw Patrol in a way. Again, to where younger and even older kids, or really adults, could also enjoy it, really. I feel like it's, one of those shows that really anyone could enjoy, really. But again, the writing's not the greatest. It did take me a few episodes to actually find one I liked, because it did not make the best first impression for me, but, once I found an episode I liked, I'm like, this isn't too bad. And it truly isn't. It's not that bad, but yeah, I think its biggest problem, other than the writing, is the fact that it's fast-paced. I feel like if it wasn't so fast-paced, that could probably have helped it a lot, other than the fact that the writing isn't the greatest. But yeah, I feel like those two things, if they were adjusted, it would have made it better. But, it's pretty good for what it is. It's okay. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this show. It's cute, it's fun to watch. There are some episodes that I think are better than others, but hey, that's with any show. But yeah, it's good for what it is. It's okay. It's okay.